What's going on, guys? This is Brian. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the Komplete Kontrol from Native Instruments. I'm going to be going through some of the functions and also just giving you some examples of how you would use it in your studio. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell to always stay up to date with all the videos that I post. So let's get into it. The first thing we notice is the two color screens that they've included on the MK2. This allows you to very easily browse through your sounds, load instruments, change parameters and things like that. And also another thing that's very cool about this keyboard is that it's already mapped, so you don't have to get into your computer and start messing with parameters, trying to link things and trying to map it. It already maps everything for you thanks to NKS, which is Native Control Standard. Basically, it just allows your Komplete Kontrol keyboard to control your plugin in the fullest sense. And other plugin manufacturers have actually started to create plugins that are NKS compatible, which will mean you can control them with this keyboard. I'm just going to go ahead and show you how to load a plugin. You just press the browse button over there, browse, and then already you can see it pulls up all your instruments there. And using these knobs, you can change different parameters of your plugin. So if we're looking at, for example, vintage keys, so that is the plugin, and then you can go in and select which bank under vintage keys that you'd like. My favorite would be Scarby Mark 1. And you come over here, select sample based. My favorite is this one, the Scarbeat Stretch Tuned. And then you just press, you can either press the big knob to load, or you can press the load button, which will be over here. And that's your keyboard and it's loaded. And as you can see on the screen here, you've got different parameters that you can actually change. So this is an EQ here. So we've got bass and treble. That's the noise level. So the noise of the actual instruments. You've got your amp there. Bass and treble, that's your EQ for your amp. Right now it's off. You can turn it on. You can actually hear the difference there. And then this button here allows you to browse through the different pages. See, now we've moved on to effects. I've got reverb and delay there and all the parameters that I can change. Panning, the wah, compression, chorus, distortion, phaser. So that's 5 pages that I can browse through. Very, very cool. Also, I can browse through the different presets by using the preset buttons up and down. So just by simply pressing that, I can change to a different preset. And that's very cool. Very easy. Another thing you can do is you can, this little plus button, as you can see, allows you to load effects. So for example, if I press that button there, now I can press browse and load an effect. So these are the effects that I have currently. So let's select this reverb. I'm gonna choose, let's see, maybe types hall, and let's see, CinemaScope. Let's say CinemaScope, and I'm gonna load it there. Boom. So now I've got my effect, right? You can hear, there it is. And I can change different parameters of the effect, the intensity, I can change the depth, pre-delay, increase it. So I can do all kinds of really cool things just from the keyboard, which is very, very cool. So that's pretty much how you quickly load instruments and effects using your Komplete Kontrol keyboard. Now I'm going to look at some of the other functions that you would use within your DAW. So this section over here has your transporter functions: stop, play, record. It also has a loop right there, so you can loop a certain section of your song. Metronome. Then you got tempo. We've also got your smart play features here for when you're playing live or when you're trying to do some very creative stuff, and maybe, for example, you're not really a good pianist and you want to play within a specific scale, or you want to play specific chords and you don't know how to play them. Easy. You just press shift and scale, and it allows you to select your root note. I can change the type of scale. I want a jazz scale. Let's say blues minor scale. And I can select how I want the keyboard to play the scale. As you can see, the lights sort of change, and the notes that are not lit don't make any sound. And then the white notes become your entire scale. So as you can see, I'm just playing through each note, and it's playing the scale for me. You can also go further and make your keyboard harmonize, or it can play chords for you. And you can select the type of chord set that you want. And also the position where the chord is played. Very, very cool. You can also change the key, actually. So in effect, you actually don't even need to be able to play specific scales or chords. You can use the keyboard to, help you play them without actually playing them, which I find really, really cool, very useful. It's got an arpeggiator as well. So I'm just gonna turn that on and show you how that works. And you can select what you want your arpeggiator to do. That's up and down, or a chord. And you can make your arpeggiator do different things. Also very, very cool. You've got these different buttons here. The browse button, I've already showed you what that does, but you've also got your plugin button, which allows you to focus on the plugin that you've selected. And I've got your mixer here. So your mixer, as you can see, shows you the mixer from your DAW, and you can actually see all your different channels, and you can change levels. You can see on the DAW it's actually changing as well. What's very cool about this is there's no mapping needed. It just automatically does that. MIDI mode allows you to manually set parameters if you're using a plugin that's not NKS compatible, meaning it can't be controlled by native control standard. You can manually map it by going into MIDI mode and clicking learn on your DAW, and then assigning the different knobs, buttons, and everything to that specific plugin. So that's very cool. These buttons here only work if you're using the machine software, so the machine DAW. That's where you get to use your scene, pattern, track, key mode, and clear, and all those things. So that's for another video, but that's your machine controls. And that's pretty much it. So that's just the tip of the iceberg with this keyboard. You can do so much more with it. So I'd suggest go out, get one. They have the A series, the A range, which is the slightly cheaper smart keyboards. So those ones are also quite good. They do almost everything you can do on these ones, except they don't have the screen, and there's a few other features that they don't have. Also, the software that this one comes with, the others don't. So they come with less, bundled up with less software. You get so much more software with this one. And that's pretty much it about the Komplete Kontrol S61.